Right now, beneath the dark waters of our oceans, a silent predator is prowling. It carries enough firepower to level entire cities, moves faster than most surface ships, and can strike targets over 6,000 miles away without ever being detected. This isn't science fiction. This is reality. On March 27, 2025, Russia launched the Perm, the world's first nuclear submarine specifically designed to carry hypersonic missiles that travel at Mach 8. That's nearly 7,000 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, if this missile was fired from the Atlantic Ocean, it could reach Chicago in less than 30 minutes, and current defense systems simply cannot stop it. But here's what's really keeping military experts awake at night. This submarine is just one of 12 planned vessels in Russia's Yasan Mclass fleet. Each one costs over $2 billion and represents 30 years of advanced engineering. The U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence has called these submarines among the quietest of seagoing Russian nuclear submarines, meaning they can slip past our detection systems unnoticed. What makes this even more concerning is that China has been building submarines at a rate never seen before. They've launched more submarines in the past 3 years than they built in the previous 30 years combined. And while America's Virginia-class submarines remain the gold standard for underwater warfare, we're only building 1.2 submarines per year, when we need to be building 2 just to keep up. Today, we're diving deep into the most feared submarines currently patrolling our oceans, and what you'll discover might change how you view naval security forever. Before we continue exploring these underwater giants, if you believe America's naval forces are still the strongest in the world, type "proud" in the comments below. Your support means everything to our brave sailors who serve beneath the waves. Section 1. The Yasan Mclass, Russia's underwater missile platform. Let me tell you about a submarine that has fundamentally changed underwater warfare. The Yasan Mclass, known by NATO as the Severodvinsk class, isn't just another submarine. It's a floating missile battery that can strike anywhere on Earth. Picture this. On December 27, 2024, Russia commissioned the Arkhangelsk, the fourth Yasan M submarine to enter service. This 426-foot-long vessel can dive to depths of 1,600 feet and cruise at 35 knots underwater. That's faster than many surface warships. But speed isn't what makes it terrifying. The Arkhangelsk carries 32 vertical launch tubes that can fire 3 different types of deadly missiles. The Kaliber cruise missile has a range of 1,500 miles and can carry either conventional or nuclear warheads. The Onyx anti-ship missile travels at 3 times the speed of sound and can sink aircraft carriers. But the real game changer is the Zircon hypersonic missile. Here's something that will shock you. The Zircon missile launched from a Yasan M submarine can reach speeds of Mach 8. That's 6,138 miles per hour. If fired from 1,000 miles off the American coast, this missile could strike targets as far inland as St. Louis, Missouri, in just minutes. Our current defense systems, including the advanced Aegis system on our destroyers, simply cannot track and intercept something moving that fast. The Perm, launched on March 27, 2025, represents an even more advanced version. It's the first submarine specifically designed from the ground up to carry these hypersonic weapons. Russian President Vladimir Putin personally attended the launch ceremony, calling it a milestone event for Russia's Navy. But here's what really concerns American military planners. These submarines are incredibly quiet. The Yasan M class uses a single-hull design with advanced sound-dampening materials. They're so quiet that acoustic experts compare them to a motorcycle heard from 25 feet away, which is the same noise level as ambient ocean sounds. This means they can approach our coastlines virtually undetected. The crew complement tells another story about how advanced these submarines are. While America's Virginia-class submarines require 134 crew members, the Yasan M operates with just 64 sailors. This high level of automation means fewer people to train, lower operating costs, and reduced risk to human life during dangerous missions. Russia plans to build 12 of these submarines by 2035. 5 are already in service: Severodvinsk, Kazan, Novosibirsk, Krasnoyarsk, and Arkhangelsk. The Perm will join the fleet in 2026, followed by Ulyanovsk, Voronezh, and Vladivostok. Each submarine costs approximately $2.8 billion, making this a $33 billion investment in underwater warfare capability. What's particularly concerning is where these submarines are based. The Northern Fleet submarines operate from bases near the Arctic Circle, giving them direct access to the North Atlantic shipping lanes that supply Europe. The Pacific Fleet submarines, based in Vladivostok, can threaten shipping routes throughout the Indo-Pacific region. But wait until you hear about what China is building. Section 2. China's submarine surge. The Type 093B revolution. While Russia has been perfecting the Yasan M, China has been quietly building submarines at a pace that has stunned military analysts worldwide. Between 2022 and 2025, China launched 7 to 8 Type 093B submarines, more nuclear attack submarines than they built in the previous 30 years combined. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening at China's Huludao shipyard. On February 4, 2025, satellite images captured something remarkable. A Type 093B submarine with its vertical launch system hatches open, revealing 12 missile tubes. This represents a massive increase in firepower for Chinese attack submarines. Just 3 years ago, Chinese submarines couldn't launch cruise missiles at all. Now they're building submarines that can strike targets over 1,000 miles away. The Type 093B, also known as the Yasan Mclass, measures 390 feet in length and displaces 8,000 tons when submerged. But size isn't what makes it dangerous, it's the technology inside. These submarines use pump jet propulsion instead of traditional propellers, making them significantly quieter than earlier Chinese submarines. They've also incorporated acoustic dampening technology originally developed for Russian Kilo-class submarines. Here's something that will surprise you. The latest Type 093B submarines are equipped with the same type of cruise missiles that China has been using to threaten Taiwan. The YJ-18 anti-ship missile can travel 350 miles and carries a 500-pound warhead capable of sinking destroyers. The CJ-10 land attack cruise missile has a range of 9 to 30 miles, meaning Chinese submarines could strike targets deep inside Japan, South Korea, or the Philippines without ever entering their territorial waters. But China isn't stopping with the Type 093B. Intelligence reports suggest they're already working on the next-generation Type 095 submarine, designated as the 09V class. This new submarine is expected to be even quieter than current models and will likely carry hypersonic missiles similar to Russia's Zircon. What's really concerning military planners is the production rate. China's submarine construction program is massive. They've launched over 15 submarines of all types in just the past 3 years. This includes not just nuclear submarines, but also advanced diesel-electric submarines like the Type 039C, which uses air-independent propulsion to stay submerged for weeks without surfacing. The strategic implications are enormous. China now operates the world's largest navy by number of ships, and they're rapidly closing the gap in submarine technology. Their newest submarines can escort Chinese aircraft carrier groups throughout the Pacific Ocean, protecting them from American submarine attacks. On April 23, 2025, during Navy Day celebrations, China publicly released technical specifications for their submarine fleet for the first time. This wasn't an accident. It was a message to the world that China now considers itself a major underwater power. But here's where American ingenuity and determination come into play. Section 3. America's Virginia-class. The silent service strikes back. When you think about American submarines, you're thinking about the most advanced underwater warfare platforms ever built. The Virginia-class submarine represents everything that makes America's Navy the finest in the world: cutting-edge technology, superior training, and the courage of our sailors who serve beneath the waves. Let me tell you about USS California. Commissioned on October 29, 2011, this 377-foot submarine embodies American engineering excellence. Unlike foreign submarines that sacrifice capability for cost, the Virginia-class was designed to do everything: hunt enemy submarines, launch cruise missile strikes, deploy special forces, and conduct intelligence-gathering missions. Here's what makes these submarines extraordinary. They use an open architecture sonar system that can be upgraded every few years as technology advances. While Russian and Chinese submarines are stuck with whatever sonar they were built with, Virginia-class submarines get smarter over time. The newest boats use large aperture bow sonar arrays that can detect enemy submarines from incredible distances. The Virginia-class also features something no other submarine in the world has: a 9-man lockout chamber for special operations forces. Our Navy SEALs can deploy directly from these submarines without the submarine needing to surface. giving America unique capabilities for covert operations. But here's where American submarines really shine: reliability and endurance. The S-9G nuclear reactor provides enough power to circumnavigate the globe underwater, producing fresh water and oxygen for the crew. The reactor is designed to last the entire 33-year service life of the submarine without refueling. Russian and Chinese submarines simply cannot match this level of reliability. The weapon systems on Virginia-class submarines are unmatched. Each submarine carries 40 weapons, including Mark 48 torpedoes that can sink any surface ship or submarine, and Tomahawk cruise missiles with a range of 1,000 miles. The Block 5 Virginia submarines, now under construction, will carry an additional 28 Tomahawk missiles in a special Virginia payload module, bringing the total to 65 weapons per submarine. What really sets American submarines apart is the training of our sailors. It takes 2 years to train a nuclear submarine operator, and American submarine crews undergo the most rigorous training in the world. This investment in human capital gives us a decisive advantage. Our submarines are operated by the best trained sailors on Earth. Currently, 21 Virginia-class submarines are in service, with more joining the fleet every year. The newest submarine, USS Idaho, was commissioned in March 2024, and USS Arkansas will join the fleet later this year. Each submarine costs $2.8 billion, but they provide capabilities that no amount of money can buy from foreign manufacturers. The Virginia-class submarines also incorporate technology that foreign submarines lack: electromagnetic signature reduction systems that make them nearly invisible to magnetic detection systems, and advanced communication systems that allow them to receive orders while remaining completely submerged. But America isn't resting on its success. The next section will show you what's coming next. Section 4. The Future of Underwater Warfare, Columbia-class Giants. America is building something that will ensure our naval dominance for the next 80 years. The Columbia-class ballistic missile submarine represents the largest and most advanced submarine ever built by the United States, and it's designed to carry the sea-based portion of America's nuclear deterrent well into the 22nd century. Let me share some numbers that will amaze you. The Columbia-class submarine will be 560 feet long and 43 feet in diameter, larger than a football field and wider than a 4-lane highway. When submerged, it will displace 2,800 tons, making it larger than most surface warships. But size is just the beginning. The USS District of Columbia, the first submarine in the class, began construction on October 1, 2020, at General Dynamics Electric Boat Shipyard in Groton, Connecticut. This submarine will carry 16 Trident II D5 ballistic missiles, each capable of carrying multiple nuclear warheads with a range of 4,600 miles. From a single position in the Pacific Ocean, this submarine could strike targets anywhere in Asia or the Middle East. But here's what makes the Columbia-class truly revolutionary. It uses electric drive propulsion. Instead of mechanical gears connecting the nuclear reactor to the propeller, the reactor generates electricity that powers an electric motor. This makes the submarine incredibly quiet and eliminates the need for the massive reduction gears that create noise in conventional submarines. The nuclear reactor is equally impressive. The life of the boat reactor will never need refueling during the submarine's 42-year service life. This means the Columbia-class submarines will spend more time on patrol and less time in maintenance than any submarine ever built. While foreign submarines must return to port every few months for maintenance, Columbia-class submarines can remain deployed for years at a time. Construction of the Columbia-class represents the largest shipbuilding program in American history. The Navy plans to spend $132 billion to build 12 submarines, with each submarine costing approximately $9 billion. This investment will ensure that America maintains nuclear deterrence against any potential adversary. The second submarine, USS Wisconsin, began construction in 2024, and the third submarine, USS Groton, was announced on January 13, 2025. The Navy plans to build one Columbia-class submarine per year once full production begins, ensuring that America's nuclear deterrent remains the most powerful in the world. What's particularly impressive is the partnership between American shipyards. General Dynamics Electric Boat builds the middle section and performs final assembly, while Newport News Shipbuilding builds the bow and stern sections. This collaboration represents the best of American industrial capability working together for our nation's defense. The Columbia-class submarines will be equipped with the most advanced sonar systems ever installed on a submarine, including the Submarine Warfare Federated Tactical System that integrates sonar, optical imaging, and weapons control into a single interface. This gives American submarine commanders unprecedented situational awareness. But there's something else you need to know about the global submarine race. Section 5. The Underwater Cold War, Current Threats and Challenges. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's an underwater arms race happening in our oceans that rivals the Cold War. Foreign submarines are probing American territorial waters, testing our defenses, and gathering intelligence on our naval operations. In spring 2020, 6 Russian nuclear submarines, including Yasan Mclass boats, conducted operations in the North Atlantic. This was the largest Russian submarine deployment since the Cold War, and it sent a clear message. Russia considers itself a major underwater power again. Meanwhile, China's submarine activities have increased dramatically. Chinese submarines now regularly patrol the South China Sea, the East China Sea, and increasingly venture into the Pacific Ocean. In 2023, a Chinese Type 093 submarine was detected operating near Guam, home to America's strategic bomber fleet. But here's what you need to understand. America's submarine force remains the most capable in the world. Our submarine crews train harder, our technology is more advanced, and our submarines are more reliable than any foreign submarine. The U.S. Navy operates 68 submarines, including 50 attack submarines and 14 ballistic missile submarines. No other nation comes close to this level of capability. American submarines regularly conduct freedom of navigation operations in international waters, ensuring that sea lanes remain open for commercial shipping. Our submarines also gather intelligence on foreign military activities, providing crucial information to military planners and policymakers. The challenges are real, though. America's shipbuilding capacity is stretched thin, and we're currently building only 1.2 submarines per year when we need to be building 2. The Navy is working with Congress to increase funding for submarine construction and expand shipyard capacity. What's encouraging is that America's allies are also building advanced submarines. Australia has committed to purchasing Virginia-class submarines as part of the AUKUS partnership, and the United Kingdom is developing the Dreadnought-class ballistic missile submarine using American technology. The submarine industrial base is also receiving unprecedented investment. Congress has approved over $2.6 billion in funding to expand submarine construction capacity and improve supplier networks. This investment will ensure that America can build submarines faster and more efficiently in the coming years. But perhaps most importantly, America's submarine force is crewed by volunteers who choose to serve beneath the waves. These brave sailors undergo extensive training and willingly accept the risks of submarine service to protect our nation. Their dedication and professionalism give America a decisive advantage that no foreign nation can replicate. Conclusion. The underwater domain has become the most critical battlefield of the 21st century. While foreign nations are building impressive submarines, America's submarine force remains the most capable and professional in the world. Our Virginia-class attack submarines and Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines represent the pinnacle of underwater warfare technology, operated by the finest sailors on Earth. The threats are real. Russian Yasan M submarines with hypersonic missiles and China's rapidly expanding submarine fleet present serious challenges. But America has faced underwater threats before and emerged victorious. During World War II, American submarines sank over 1,300 enemy vessels. During the Cold War, our submarines tracked Soviet submarines across the globe, maintaining peace through strength. Today's submarine crews continue that proud tradition, serving silently beneath the waves to protect our freedom and way of life. They deserve our support and our gratitude for their service. The most feared submarine in the ocean right now might be foreign-built, but the most respected, most capable, and most professionally operated submarines fly the American flag. And with continued investment in our submarine force and the dedication of our sailors, it will stay that way for generations to come. If this video helped you understand the incredible capabilities of modern submarines and the importance of America's underwater fleet, please give it a like and subscribe for more content about our nation's defense capabilities. Our submarine crews serve in silence, but their story deserves to be told. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, beneath the waves, America's finest are always on watch.